Beneath Hollywood's glitz and glamour lies a striking reality, a world where the rates of cheating and divorce among celebrity couples defy conventional norms. Recently finding himself at the center of an infidelity scandal that is making headlines is Steve Harvey, popular TV host and comedian, known far and wide for his incredible career. Whispers are afoot that Steve's wife, Marjorie Harvey, and his burly, Texas-based bodyguard and private chef William Big Boom Freeman might be cooking up a secret romance behind Steve's back. Big Boom has emerged from the background and is dropping hints that suggest his undisclosed involvement with Marjorie. This has left fans very concerned and seeking answers to why Marjorie Harvey's heart might have strayed away from her husband. So what exactly is going on in this relationship? Well, keep watching as we spill all of the details. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Alright, so Big Boom isn't just Steve Harvey's bodyguard. Turns out he has been a dedicated follower of Steve's daily motivational posts on social media. But the real shocker here are his recent cryptic messages about pain and secrets in relationships, which many suspect are related to the Marjorie Harvey cheating scandal. In a message post he shared on his Facebook page, he wrote, "I think beauty hides pain. I'm talking about beautiful homes, cars, people, and women. That's because we look at the outside and we don't realize that there's a lot of pain inside. There's a broken heart inside those built walls. There's a little troubled mind inside that nice fancy car. There's a lonely woman behind that beautiful look. Take care of your pain and you won't have to spend so much money trying to hide it." Looking back at Steve and Marjorie's past relationships, you can see that they have a hard time staying married. Steve's first wife was Marjorie Harvey, and they had quite the run until they called it quits a few years into their marriage. In 1996, Steve gave love another shot with Mary Lee Shackelford. Unfortunately, the love boat also sailed back to shore, marking another divorce on Steve's relationship chart. Marjorie and Steve's love story began way before his second marriage, at a comedy show in Memphis in 1990. When Marjorie attended one of his performances and left a lasting impression on the renowned comedian. However, this relationship was short-lived. Marjorie once shared with Essence that she believed that Steve was the one shortly after they began dating, but he subsequently vanished without a trace. After Steve parted ways with his second spouse, Steve's bodyguard urged him to rekindle his relationship with Marjorie. The comedian recounted this in 2016 to People magazine. Steve shared that Big Boom said this to him. "He told me, 'Look, the only time I've ever seen you happy was when you were with that woman Marjorie. Now, before you go and do something stupid and marry another woman, I'm calling her.'" Fast forward to several years later, Steve and Marjorie found themselves back in each other's lives, and the two finally tied the knot in 2007. According to Steve, the first time he set eyes on Marjorie, he was so smitten that he knew right then and there that she was the one, and he's been singing her praises ever since.
The first word I said to Marjorie was, "Lady, I don't know who you are." I stopped the show. I said, "I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna marry you one day." That was the very first word I said to her. I swear to you, very first word.
They say that love is the greatest muse, and it seems like Marjorie may have inspired more than just sweet nothings. As just a mere 2 years into their wedded bliss, Steve became an author with his first book titled Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man: What Men Really Think About Love, Relationships, Intimacy, and Commitment. People could not get enough of his profound advice on love and relationships. And just when we thought Steve and Marjorie had the recipe for the perfect Hollywood love story, the scandalous whispers about Marjorie's alleged infidelity and betrayal sent shockwaves around the globe, leaving everyone utterly stunned. Rumor has it that Marjorie finally decided to call it quits on her marriage after she was caught cheating. But she's not planning to walk away empty-handed. Reportedly, she is asking for a whopping $200 million in alimony. Why? Well, sources say it's because Steve never thought it necessary to sign that prenup agreement.
When I married Marjorie, I had something, but we didn't do a prenup because I knew this is the chick. I'm going to the tape with this.
News outlets are now contemplating the possibility of substantial sums being awarded in settlements, along with the intricate process of dividing assets. These factors carry the potential for Steve Harvey to face significant financial losses. In the midst of all of this buzz, Steve and his wife are denying allegations of her involvement with his employee. The Family Feud host shared with the audience at InvestFest on Sunday.
Just let me say, I'm fine. Marjorie fine. I don't know what y'all doing. Find something else to do. Because we fine.
Marjorie also took to her Instagram page to clap back at the rumors. "My husband and I don't usually stop to address all of the foolishness and lies that have been spread about us," Marjorie Harvey wrote on Instagram. "However, to whom much is given, much is required. I understand that with my platform comes some sort of responsibility to those that may not be as strong as we are." The observers are raising doubts since Steve Harvey's statement is focused on his well-being without directly refuting the rumors. This has led some to believe that there might be some truth to these claims. One particular speculation is that both the bodyguard and Marjorie Marjorie have their eyes on Steve's fortune, and considering the shady history of Big Boom, it is not a stretch to think that this might be the case. Lots of folks out there are convinced that this whole thing might have been their grand plan all along, and perhaps that is why he sweet-talked Steve into giving Marjorie another chance. This rumor gains credence when you think about the ample time they had to plot their moves, and who knows, maybe now is the time they have been waiting for to execute their plan. Let's not overlook the claims that Steve's bodyguard has knowledge about Steve's financial secrets, which is why people are speculating that he might be holding some incriminating dirt on Steve, like the kind of stuff that could be leveraged for blackmail. Hence, he has teamed up with Marjorie Harvey to pull off his scheme. Steve's bodyguard, Mr. Big Boom Freeman, has been in Steve's corner for ages, even before Marjorie entered the scene. On his website, I Am Big Boom, he is not just a bodyguard, he is a self-proclaimed celebrated relationship speaker, author, and celebrity bodyguard. But there is more. His bio paints him as a guardian angel for celebrities, capable of providing both subtle and conspicuous protection depending on the threat. He is all about diffusing conflicts and avoiding showdowns. Back in 2017, various news agencies, including Radar Online, revealed to the public that Big Boom had a previous life as a pimp, and he wasn't shy about bragging about it. But the shocking part? Reports even suggested he had a history of mistreating women in pursuit of power and self-esteem. Despite his claims of leaving his past behind, Steve's ex-wife Mary alleges in her recent lawsuit that one of the unsavory activities that Big Boom had done for Steve was that he compelled Steve's son Winton to abandon his college education in Florida and return to Chicago back in 2015. Marjorie's past wasn't without its own share of secrets, as she was allegedly living on the wild side during her marriage to her first ex-husband, Jim Townsend. Her past is shrouded in mystery, especially when it comes to her marriage to the notorious drug kingpin, Jim Townsend. In the course of their marriage, there were reports that the pair were jointly operating a drug ring. The FBI and DEA had their eyes on her, due to Jim's reputation as a drug lord. These agencies even suspected Marjorie of being part of the drug business. It was reported that the authorities presented Townsend with compelling evidence of Marjorie's participation in his drug operation, and issued a stern ultimatum. Either he cooperated with their inquiries, or they would move forward with her arrest. Afterward, Jim was found guilty, and subsequently in 1992, he was sentenced to life in prison. However, Marjorie never actually faced any criminal charges. She decided to divorce Jim shortly after he began his life sentence. Then, Marjorie found herself walking down the aisle once more, this time to Darnell Woods, who, like her previous husband, had ties to shady business dealings. And eventually, they parted ways. It appeared that after Steve Harvey got married to Marjorie, he was trapped in the middle of a real-life family feud, as he was reportedly facing some serious challenges in managing his new family setup. The 66-year-old had a set of twin daughters, Brandy and Carly, whom he welcomed from his first marriage, and two sons, Broderick and Winton, from his second marriage. Marjorie, on the other hand, had two daughters, Morgan and Lori, plus her son Jason, from previous marriages. Steve's daughters threw some serious shade, especially when they first heard about the couple's plan to get married. Looks like they might have had their suspicions about Marjorie's intentions, and were trying to protect their father from falling into a trap. Over time, the two parents managed to blend these families into one. It is almost too ironic, considering Steve Harvey's history of dishing out relationship advice and penning books on how to keep your lady satisfied. It is often said that sometimes life takes you down its own unpredictable course, and for Steve Harvey, a relationship guru, the one who always had the answers to the matters of the heart, now finds themselves on the painful side of infidelity. So, do you think Marjorie was up to some cheating shenanigans behind Steve's back? Or did she get married to Steve just because of his money? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below, and check out our next video.